right. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to introduce you to my wonderful client, Melinda. And she's going to also be our practice client today for the 2 different discovery calls that I'm going to show you how to lead. And just to remember, this first discovery call that we're going to do is if you're a new coach and you want to get pro bono clients. And like I said in the last video, it's really important to still lead a discovery call, even if there's no money exchange. We really want to make sure that this is going to be a good fit for both parties. The situation is that Melinda found me through one of my Facebook posts that I put out asking for 3 new pro bono clients. She's heard of life coaching before, is really interested in it, and to see if it can help her with her need. So you guys are going to see how I'm going to walk her through that and help her to figure out if my coaching and my package is a good fit based off what she's asking for. All right. Hi, Melinda. Thank you so much for joining me on today's call. I'm so excited to talk with you.
Me too. A little nervous, but I'm good.
Yeah, that's totally okay to be nervous. So I know that you saw my Facebook post, and I'm a new life coach in training, and I'm really excited to open up and offer these 3 pro bono spots. And when you replied and said that you were interested, I thought that this could potentially be a good fit. So that's why I'm here today to, answer your questions. I want you to ask a lot of questions. I'm going to ask you questions too. And then at the end, we can explore and see if it would be a good fit for us to work together. Does that sound okay?
Yeah,
for you?
that sounds great. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Now, I know that you already filled out the questionnaire form that I sent you, but I would love to hear in your own words, what made you reach out for support today?
Well, I I spend a lot of time listening and caring for other people, and people have suggested that I get some help, and I don't feel like I need to do therapy, so I feel like I need to do something a little different about my situation now. And so I was kind of curious about coaching, and I saw your offer, and I thought, this might be a great opportunity for me. Like I said, I spend a lot of time caring for other people and listening, but I don't do that for myself, and I need help in that area.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that, you've considered therapy, but it sounds like therapy is not really what you're looking for. And you've heard about life coaching, and you've been putting everyone else's needs before your own. And there's some part of that that doesn't feel good for you anymore moving forward. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I've done all that kind of work. And what I want to do is kind of learn more about, I want to put myself first. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I want to put myself first, and I've never done that before. So this is kind of a big step for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I would love to help support you around that as well. And I think that is so important to start to learn how to put yourself first and to fill up your cup, because then it's going to be so much easier to, care for other people when you're coming from this place of love and not from this place of feeling burnt out and overwhelmed and not having your needs taken care of. So that's beautiful.
Yeah, when you say fill my cup, that's putting myself first. To do that is just so different for me.
Yeah.
So I'm so curious about what life coaching is like. Maybe you can explain a little bit about what the exchange will be like.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was going to ask you, would it be okay if I explained to you what it would look like for us to work together?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So the way that I work with my clients is in a 6-month container. And the reason for that is because it does take time to make lifestyle changes and to undo, stories and limiting beliefs that we've formed over the years. So it would be a 6-month container. We would meet every week for 60 minutes, and then we would do 3 weeks on and then 1 week off to give you a little bit of a break and to really work through the things that we've talked about the past 3 weeks. And then on each coaching session, we'll start out with a win, because I really want you to practice celebrating yourself and all the amazing work that you're doing. And then we'll do a little check-in with your past commitments and seeing what's working well, what's not working so well. And then I'll help you to come up with a goal for the session, also known as like a coaching request.
Okay.
And then from there, I'm just going to do a lot of listening and a lot of questioning and helping you to find the solutions to all your answers. And then at the end of the session, we'll put together an action plan for you. And then I'll also probably like recommend some maybe like journal prompts or some different books you can read or different resources that will help you with your action plan. How does that all sound?
That sounds really great, but I'm super concerned about the time. So I guess the first thing that comes up to me is that sounds great because you're going to focus on me, but then what about the time constraints? Because I do work, and so I'm just trying to figure out how can I fit that in. How can I fit that time in?
Yeah, and that's a great question. And I hear what you're saying is you want to 100% be able to show up for this relationship. And I appreciate that because I know that I 100% can show up for you. So Melinda, how will you know that you can 100% show up for this relationship even with having a job?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is how can I show up for myself when I have a job? And being committed to myself, right? To be able to take that time. I mean, I guess that's why I reached out to you, is to learn that. I'm trying to think of like, what would success look like? There's a whole thing around consistency, right? Showing up and being able to be consistent with myself. I'm always consistent with others. And I'm always show up to work. On time. I show up for my mom and my husband. I show up for all that, but I'm not being consistent with myself. So there's something there.
That's some really great questions you're asking yourself. And just to let you know too, it's a 60-minute time commitment for our call each week. And then you can do as much or as little work as you want in between the calls. It's up to you and how much you want to put into this relationship. So realistically, we're looking at maybe 2 to 3 hours a week. Okay. That you would need to find with your current schedule. And I know that one of the reasons that you did originally reach out to me is you want to start putting your needs first because you feel like you put everyone else's needs before your own. So this might be a good practice right now of where can you give yourself the love and the time to schedule in 3 hours a week to work on yourself and your needs.
I love that you, I use love too, but I love that you said give the love to myself. And I think that is key. And being able to give myself that love and that focus, this can be almost like how I dedicate myself to going to the gym, but I dedicate this time for myself. So I can see how that's really not that much time, 2 to 3 hours. Right. And we're only meeting 1 hour. So the other time is how I want to spend it and how I want to work on myself. Right. So that doesn't seem as daunting. And it's something, I do want to build that muscle and learn about how to have that self-love for myself in that time. So I like this. What more can you tell me about like what that homework will be like, or what that extra thing that you were talking about at the end that you would give me? Or
yeah, well, again, it is really going to be up to you. Like I said, we'll decide that action plan together at the end of each call, and it'll be based on what comes up during the call. So it's really hard to say right now, but again, we're going to really make sure that it feels good for you. I don't want you setting goals that feel like you're trying to climb to the top of Mount Everest. And
okay, that's good.
right? Like I really do believe in wanting you to feel successful at the end of each week. And so, if I feel like the goals that you're setting are too big, and especially with working as well, then we can like reevaluate and make sure that the goals are smaller and they feel more attainable and that you're successful.
I love that. That makes me feel, just you saying that makes me feel like you're listening to me and you're hearing what's going on, and I like that. Yeah. I think I'm gonna try this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited, but I know that inside of me I need to do something, and the only way for me to do that, I know, is to trust that I can do this, and I'm feeling like you have my back, going forward, that you wouldn't put more on me, that hopefully I would ask that you would check in with me to make sure that this isn't more, because I don't know what my limit is.
And
You can see there's lots to work on.
I know there's a lot of great stuff to work on. And the thing I love that you brought this up too is that I do like to offer support in between sessions as well. So you'll have access to me Monday through Friday. And, you know, if something comes up, something that you're struggling with, or an issue or worry or fear, any of that, like, you can text me, you can email me, we'll work through it together. So that way you don't have to wait a whole nother week before our coaching session.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's great. That's a plus. I like that.
Yeah, that's usually most of my clients, they love getting that type of support in between the calls. And so I just want, at the end of the day, Melinda, I want you to feel really supported and like someone has your back and is going to help you to develop that confidence and trust in your abilities, that you can start putting your needs first.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm 100% yes to you in this relationship. What else do you need to decide if coaching is going to be the right fit for you or not?
You know, I think I'm going to make a decision for myself and not ask my husband or anything and just go for it. Yeah.
Right. I love it. Beautiful.
My first step to doing something for putting myself first, right?
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
See, you're already doing the work and showing up beautifully. Okay, so what I'll do is after we get off the call today, I'm going to send you a contract and it will explain the package that I explained to you.
Okay.
Then I'll also send you a questionnaire form and then my scheduling link so we can get started with your first session. How does that
sound? Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Thank
I
you.
just get started.